Morning, morning. Um, I always starts well. It's this Monday morning thing. I'm obviously way more professional the rest of the week. I was sat here and I was thinking, I'm not getting a countdown to say that I should be going live imminently. This is weird. And then I realized it's at 9:30 p.m. So there's that. Apologies to anyone who thinks I'm going live at 9:30 p.m. It is 9:30 a.m. pretty much every Monday. Although I will say I will not be here next week because it's World Book Week. I'm in a school. So every now and again, there's something like that, family stuff, work stuff. But yes, next week I will not be here for the live writing. There's obviously a few of past ones. They stay on my channel. I think you have to go under the live doofer. If there's a past one that you haven't seen, you could stick that on if you'd like my company on a Monday morning. I hope you're all well. It is hideous weather out there. I am very done with it. And it's a busy time at the moment, so I'm quite kind of I'm not that stressed out about it, I have to say, but it's just like I've got to chug through all the things. There's definitely some kinds of work that make me wound up and anxious, but the stuff I've got on at the moment, that's not the case. It's just like, right, I've got to deal with this. So anyway, I drop the kids off. I'm usually home before 9. So before I come onto this live, I sort of sort out housey stuff and get into checking my emails and this, that, and the other. So just to give you a picture of what my morning looks like, I would love to know what you guys get up to too before you are joining me. I've got a coffee and I've also got a glass of water because I drink water anyway, but my skin's lovely at the moment. I'm assuming that this is a reaction to the book launch because there's no other real good reason for it. But I'm trying to drink more water than usual, so that's the plan, and less coffee. So this is my second coffee, and I'll probably have maybe 2 more. On a Monday, I do tend to have a little bit more because I do some volunteer work on a Monday in the afternoon, and I do. So I'm a breastfeeding counsellor, and it's nice to have a coffee on the go while I'm chatting to lovely families. So that's what I get up to on a Monday. I can't remember where I was going with all of that. Oh yes, so I've already got half a to-do list written next to me because once I finish this writing together situation, then I need to crack on with a few admin bits. And also as things pop into my head, I can pop them onto my to-do list. I have these been using them up. I don't know where they came from. I don't know who the Cotswold group are. I have been to the Cotswolds. Maybe I got that there. I don't know. I could Google it. But not an ad. I don't know what they do. Let's hope they're lovely people. There's no clues from jobs. No, I don't know. Maybe the recruitment. I don't know. Anyway, I like to use up the things. So if I've got free stationery, I do. So these are the to-do lists I use. I have stopped using a planner because I just found I wasn't using it. What I seem to work well with is I have one of these, write my bits and pieces down, tick them off, and then chuck it away, rewrite a new one. It's how I used to function before I got into bullet journaling, which I then got out of and then used a planner. But things change and a planner isn't working for me. I think because I use Google Calendar for my appointments. And so I don't have a planner with I need to do this, that, and the other. It's on the Google Calendar. So all I need is a task. I don't know. Sometimes different things work for your brain, don't they? So that's by the side of me so that I can crack on with that. What I'm going to start with this morning, because we need to get into this, is before I start getting into working on my novel, I'm actually going to do some journaling. So fluid journaling, I think it's called, where you just write down whatever comes into your brain. Because I need to get back into the habit of doing that. So I'm actually going to start with that. So I'm going to write 3 pages of whatever, and then I'm going to get into some writing. So as usual, we're going to have 3 15-minute writing sessions. As always, I'd love to know what you're up to and how much writing you get done and how it's going. So what I will do is pop the banner up. So we're going to do a writing sprint for 15 minutes, and then we'll take a 5-minute break for a chat. So I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to put some music on and set myself a timer as well, because if you have joined me before, you'll know that I sometimes just get absorbed and these sprints go on a bit longer than planned. So anyway, let's get into it. So I'm going to mute. Enjoy your writing. Well, hello. I don't really know how to sort of cut back in sometimes to talking, because if you are really into a bit of writing and then you hear my voice, I don't know, I feel like I should kind of gently bring you back into it. So sorry. Just sorry. Right. Oh, I just slipped off the table. What am I doing? So I did 2 pages of journaling because I remembered that I had cut it down to 2 pages, because I found 3 was a lot. There are the odd occasion where I've done 3 pages. Also, I know this sounds silly, but 2 pages means that it's a double page spread, and I like that. I don't know. So I sort of just do my 2 pages, and then this is the next day. There doesn't have to be logic to these things, but it definitely works. Like, it just makes me kind of then look at my writing and go, okay, cool. I then had a look through my WhatsApps because I remembered that I had sent myself a note on something to do with the book, and it took me a while, weirdly, to find it on my messages to myself, because I use my WhatsApps to myself to send myself like pictures if I need to transfer things between my phone and my laptop and stuff. I don't know if that's a Nana thing to do, but I don't really care. Or like I need a bit of text or a link to something or whatever, because I have my WhatsApps on my desktop, so I can transfer. And I knew that I'd sent myself a message, but I couldn't find it in amongst all the other bits. But then I found it. So what I've done, because it is actually a good note, I wondered if it would be something mad, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So what I've done is I've just popped it as a note at the beginning of the manuscript, so I'm going to be able to find it again. And I'll think about how I'm going to apply it. And I've actually decided to sort of start perusing through the beginning of the book to see if that helps me to feed it through to the end. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm having plot issues, but I feel like sort of reading through and putting in a bit of foreshadowing and kind of thinking as I'm reading through might help to elucidate what I should do later on. That's my plan at the moment anyway, because the plot's okay, but it needs complexity. So there are some bits that aren't working. So that's what I'm going with as a strategy, rightly or wrongly. So I'm not getting word count down. I'm just reading through. So that's what I'm going to do for the next 15 minutes, and just spend a bit of time every day kind of seeing, once I get hopefully that, this is where I should go, then, I can start working more strategically on that. But for now, I'm just going to, plod through it and see how we get on. But yeah, let me know what you are working on in your little sprint sections. I'm going to put myself on mute and do another 15 minutes. As I say, I apologize when I come back and sort of go, hello. Yeah. Tell me if there's like a way that I can sort of gently, bring us all back, because I don't know. Right. So another writing sprint, another 15 minutes. And I'm going to get back into reading through my story and see where I'm going with it. Enjoy. And we are back from our writing sprint. Oh, my foot's gone to sleep. I rather enjoyed that. I like the beginning of the story that I'm working on. I think it's a really good opening, and I feel like I'm fleshing out the characters more, which will be helpful for later on. I'm just sort of adding some little touches as I go. Yeah, this feels like a good way to tackle this story rather than going into the bits I'm unsatisfied with, to sort of go back to the beginning and sort of try and work on it all developing, if that makes sense. It's working for me anyway. So yeah, that's what I was up to. I would love to know what you guys are writing this morning. I don't know if I've said that oh, my foot's really gone to sleep. The story I'm writing on is a contemporary fantasy, and I really like it, and I'm excited to see the direction that it could go in. I think it's a cool little story that people will enjoy. And I think there's elements of it that feel sort of really clunky or heavy-handed. I think that's part of the issue, that I need it to feel, I want it to have more of a contemplative pace, but at the same time with a lightness, rather than it being sort of really arty, or I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be a sort of calm, enjoyable read. I don't know. It's not achieving what I want it to achieve. So I am going to keep on trucking with that. I do, in a moment, when I do the writing sprint, need to go and grab something. I need to grab a note from my office. I'm working in the dining room because, as I've said before, my office has like a really messed up wall. So this gives me like a better backdrop, a more pleasant backdrop than my office. Some point my office will get completed, some point this year. And I'm very grateful to have a space that I can work in, but it's the sort of behind me area is not the most attractive. So I'm working here today. It's also quite cold. I might stick the heating on for an extra little boost, because that wind out there is brutal. And I'm not going out till sort of lunchtime today, so I might do that. Do also, once this live stream is over, need to see what the dog is up to. She's very quiet, which is either good or bad. Well, one of my dogs, I have two dogs, but one is the naughty one in training. She's doing better, but it's up and down. So what I will do is when we go back into the live stream, I'm just going to nip and grab a note that I need, and I'm going to pop the heating on. So and then I'm going to get back into working my way through this story. I'm sort of a few pages in. Sort of still working through the first scene. I'm looking forward to a point where I can start sharing it with like beta readers and get their opinions on certain bits that I don't know if they're too heavy-handed, that would be really interesting. Anyway, so we're going to do another 15 minutes. As I say, I'm just going to nip away for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to get back into that bit of editing. So let's stick up this. So writing sprint, another 15 minutes, and I'll see you all in 15 minutes, because this is our third one. After this 15 minutes, then we'll just have a chat to wrap things up. So I'm going to mute myself, and here goes, another 15 minutes. Well, there we go. That is the final 15 minutes up. I am one paragraph away from looking through the whole first chapter. And actually, I'm really happy at how that chapter kind of shows the characters. And I really hope that that will help to set an arc for those characters throughout the book, because I feel a little bit kind of clearer on who everyone is. And I think that will help, because there's certain things that happen in the book that I think maybe that's a bit uncharacteristic. And a lot of the book is about how these characters sort of fit together. So I think if I've got a better handle on that, then I can look at how they react to certain things and how they then sort of move apart and come together, if that makes sense. So I'm actually really glad that I did that. I think that was far better than what I've been doing, where I've been sort of just looking at little parts and trying to flesh them out and think about the overall plot. And, you know, I sort of wrote out of what happens throughout the book. I think I can kind of move through it, but also have with me the chapter by chapter synopsis, and then that will help me to kind of go put seeds throughout. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels like a productive thing to have done this morning. So I will just finish off that last chapter, that last sort of paragraph of that chapter when I sign off of here. And then I need to get onto the admin for the day. All sorts of bits and bobs to do. I didn't talk about the fact that I had a book event yesterday at the Folkestone Bookshop, which was rather lovely, but all of my stuff is in disarray. I also have a lot of prep to do for World Book Day, or World Book Week rather, and the school visits that I've got. I have quite a busy week. Both of our dogs are having surgery tomorrow, so I have to drop those off and pick them up. Obviously, car needs an MOT. Like, there's all that kind of stuff as well. And I'm doing some consultancy this week. So it's sort of quite a busy one, as well as lots of prep to do. So yeah, I just need to sort of tackle stuff. Then next week will be in schools and kind of keeping on top of all of the, right, I need this for this school visit, and packing and repacking and sorting and invoicing and feeding back and following up and all that stuff. So I'm also advertising that I'm doing free assemblies for schools, and I've had quite a few inquiries about that. So I'm also kind of scheduling those in and handling all of that. So there's just sort of lots of life stuff, as well as lots of work stuff, which is a nice problem to have. I think in about 2 or 3 weeks it will settle. Obviously, then we're coming up to the end of the tax year, so there's like financial stuff. But yeah, exciting. As I say, I will not be here next week because I'm doing a school visit, but I will be here the week after that. So as I say, there are some past writing sprints if you would like to have me with you next Monday. So have a look on my YouTube channel and you can use one of those if you like, if this helps to sort of pace you. Yeah, I'm just going to be sort of busy doing the things, and I'll catch up with you about it the week after. So anyway, I hope you got lots of lovely writing done. Let me know what you got up to, and I will see you all the week after next. There will be a YouTube video this week as well. I haven't decided what yet. I have a few different options. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because lots to crack on with. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.